Have you ever noticed how some of the kindest people you know aren't actually that nice anymore? They don't smile at strangers who don't deserve it. They don't say yes to everything. They've stopped bending over backwards for people who never reciprocate. And here's what the world gets wrong. That's not bitterness. That's wisdom. That's what happens when you finally learn the difference between kindness and niceness. And if you've reached that point in your life, this video will explain why you're not becoming cold. You're becoming free. If this resonates with you already, hit subscribe. We explore psychology that actually explains mature adults like you. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Being nice is a performance. Being kind is a choice. And most people spend decades confusing the two. Nice is what you do because society tells you to. It's smiling when you don't mean it. It's agreeing when you want to say no. It's suppressing your truth to keep others comfortable. Nice is exhausting because it's not real. It's a mask you wear to avoid conflict, to be liked, to be accepted. But here's the cost. Every time you're nice instead of honest, you betray yourself a little bit more. Kindness is different. Kindness comes from a place of genuine care. It's doing something for someone because you want to help them, not because you're afraid of how you'll be perceived if you don't. Kindness can say no. Kindness can set boundaries. Kindness doesn't require you to sacrifice your peace. And this is what older people finally understand. You can be kind without being nice. In fact, you have to be. Think about it. When you're young, you're desperate to be liked. You say yes to invitations you don't want. You help people who never help you back. You smile through situations that make you uncomfortable because you're still learning who you are, and you think being accepted means being agreeable. But as you age, something shifts. You start realizing that niceness didn't protect you, it drained you. The people who took advantage of your niceness didn't respect you more, they respected you less. And the ones who truly mattered, they never needed you to perform. Studies show that people who struggle to set boundaries, who compulsively say yes, who prioritize being nice over being authentic, report significantly higher levels of anxiety, depression, and burnout. This isn't surprising. When you live your life performing for others, you're not actually living. You're managing everyone else's perception of you. And that's a prison. Older people have escaped that prison. Not because they've given up on people, because they've learned that real relationships don't require constant performance. Real kindness doesn't deplete you. It flows naturally when you're with people who deserve it, and this is the part younger people misunderstand. When someone stops being endlessly nice, they're not turning cold. They're turning honest. They're choosing authenticity over approval, and that feels cold to people who were benefiting from their niceness. Here's what happens when you stop being so nice. First, you lose people, and that's a good thing. The people who only valued your niceness, who only wanted what you could give them, they'll disappear, and it will hurt at first. But then you'll realize something powerful. Those relationships were transactional. They were based on your willingness to perform, not on who you actually are. When you stop performing, the real people stay. The ones who value your honesty, your boundaries, your authentic presence. Those are the relationships worth keeping. Second, you stop feeling guilty about rest. Nice people can't rest because rest feels selfish. They've been conditioned to believe their worth is tied to their usefulness. But kind people understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. They rest without guilt because they know that taking care of themselves isn't selfish. It's necessary. And when they show up fully, not out of obligation, but because they genuinely want to. Third, you become more discerning about who gets your energy. When you're nice, you give your energy to everyone. Strangers, acquaintances, people who wouldn't do the same for you. But when you transition to kindness, you become selective, not in a cruel way, but in a wise way. You realize that your time, your energy, your emotional bandwidth, these are finite resources, and you get to choose who receives them. That's not mean, that's mature. Now, some people will call this selfishness. They'll say you've changed, that you're not the person you used to be. And they're right. You're not. You're better. You've stopped sacrificing yourself on the altar of everyone else's comfort. You've stopped equating your worth with how much you can endure. And yes, that makes some people uncomfortable, because your refusal to be endlessly nice forces them to confront their own behavior. It's easier to label you as selfish than to admit they were taking advantage of your kindness. But here's the truth. The people who matter will understand. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll appreciate your honesty. They'll value the kindness you give because it's genuine, not obligatory. And the people who don't understand, they were never your people to begin with. So if you're someone who's stopped being so nice, know this. You're not becoming heartless. You're becoming whole. You're not losing your kindness. You're protecting it. You're saving it for the people and moments that truly matter. And that's not cold. That's one of the healthiest, most mature things you can do. Because at the end of the day, niceness is a mask. Kindness is a choice. And choosing who deserves your kindness isn't selfish. It's self-respect. It's wisdom. It's freedom. Now I want to hear from you. When did you stop being so nice? What was the moment you realized niceness was costing you more than it was worth? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this video helped you see your boundaries in a new light, subscribe. We create psychology content for mature adults who are done performing and ready to start living authentically.